In this video, we're covering everything you need to know about NordPass. I'm going to show you step by step how to set up NordPass, one of the best password managers developed by the same cybersecurity experts behind NordVPN. We're going to cover how to get it set up, how to use NordPass, the benefits of the personal and business plans it offers, and most importantly, how to fully utilize the best password security features that NordPass offers. Because every 39 seconds, one cybersecurity attack happens, which means it's never been more crucial to protect your passwords from online hackers. Now, this link will give you exclusive access to NordPass's best offer, and I have a promo code JOSHBURNSTECH that I'll show you how to use to get extra free months. So the main benefits of the personal plan include the ability to store and autofill your passwords. You can store all your passwords in one secure location on NordPass that you can access whenever you need them. I'm usually pretty good at remembering passwords, but most of mine are over 16 characters long, which makes them super hard to remember, especially after resetting them. That's one of the reasons why I love NordPass. It keeps all of my passwords in my encrypted vault on NordPass, which I can access at any time. Later in the video, I'll show you how to use the NordPass browser extension, which allows you to autofill your login details on websites without typing anything. So with the personal plan, you can also save a lot of time by automatically generating strong passwords. Now, this is a feature I really appreciate because of all the numerous passwords that I manage for my freelance and content business. This allows me to create a new strong password with just a couple of clicks. Before I started using NordPass, I used a random online password generator, and I used that to create my new passwords. So using NordPass has really made this process a lot faster for me because it keeps everything stored in my secure vault. You can also securely keep your credit card information on NordPass so that you can shop online faster by autofilling your card details. Now, a lot of people use Google Chrome for this, but I strongly recommend moving to NordPass because of its enhanced security. You can also sync NordPass across all of your devices. For example, you can install the NordPass app on your smartphone and access all of your passwords while you're at work or traveling away from home. So if you want to watch Netflix on your smartphone or do some online shopping, you can easily access your passwords and autofill them using NordPass. So one thing I really like about NordPass is the additional security features that come with the premium plan. For example, the data breach scanner can check if your accounts or card details have been exposed online. It helps you figure out where and when the exposure occurred, and also what kind of data was involved as well. Now, having a tool like this is crucial because if you identify that one of your accounts or logins have been compromised, then you can easily use NordPass to quickly change that password. They also offer a password health feature that lets you see if your passwords are weak, more than 90 days old, or reused across multiple accounts. This basically will help you improve your password security practices. And most importantly, in my opinion, NordPass is a zero-knowledge password manager, which means that your encrypted vault is private and nobody, not even the NordPass team, can see inside your encrypted vault. And it's important to mention that all of the personal plan features that we just covered are also available on the NordPass business plan. So now let's take a look at the business plan, and I'll explain how it can help safeguard and benefit your business. So one of the primary benefits of the business plan is the ability to set company-wide settings. For example, you can implement a password policy that requires a minimum length for passwords, requires the use of special characters, and sets a time period for which passwords must be updated. You can also identify weak, reused, and old passwords within your business. This is way more critical than you think because 81% of company data breaches are caused by poor passwords. Additionally, you can turn on two-factor authentication for business accounts stored in the NordPass vault, implement auto-lock on devices that have public access, and make vault items only shareable with approved organization members by turning off outside sharing. In the next part of the video, when I guide you through setting up NordPass, I'll also show you how to set up two-factor authentication as well. The business plan also includes a security dashboard, which gives you a detailed view of your entire organization from one place. So the security dashboard gives you details on your members, licenses, password health, and the data breach scanner. It will also help you identify vulnerabilities before they can damage your business. With the NordPass business plan, you can also enable single sign-on using Google Workspace and Azure Active Directory. This means that your team can log into the NordPass app using their Google Workspace or Azure AD credentials instead of using a separate password. As a freelancer, I work with a lot of different businesses, and most of them use Azure AD for single sign-on, and NordPass makes it extremely easy to set up single sign-on in the admin panel. The NordPass business plan also includes a built-in authenticator, so you can get time-based one-time passwords for two-factor authentication. Now, this feature sets NordPass apart from other password managers because of their patented technology that delivers a more secure two-factor authentication solution. For accounts protected by two-factor authentication, you'll be given a one-time time-based password which can be accessed using your biometrics like scanning your face or fingerprint to unlock the code. Okay, so now I'm going to show you step by step how to set up NordPass with the best security practices. To get started, let's jump back over to NordPass by clicking on the first link in the description below, or by going directly to nordpass.com/JoshBurnsTech. So again, this link will give you exclusive access to NordPass's best offer, and I have a promo code JoshBurnsTech that I'll show you how to use to get extra free months on the personal plan. If you decide to go with the business plan, then my promo code will give you a 3-month free trial. All you have to do is select the business plan, then enter your company name, business email, activation code, which is going to be Josh Burns Tech, select your country, and then click redeem your code. So go ahead and select the plan that works best for you. But for this tutorial, I'll show you how to set up the personal plan, so let's go ahead and select it. From here, you can select either the 2-year or the 1-year plan. Now, I would recommend going with the 2-year plan because you'll save the most money and you get extra free months as well. You also have the option to add NordVPN and NordLocker Premium. I personally use NordVPN when working for my freelance clients to protect my internet connection. It's the best VPN in my opinion, and they always have great deals running for it. So the Josh Burns Tech coupon code should be automatically applied if you use my link. But if it's not for some reason, what we can do is we can click here, got a coupon, type in Josh Burns Tech, and then click apply. Okay, now let's select continue to payment. Then all you have to do from here is go through it, put in your payment details. You can use PayPal, a debit or credit card, whatever you want, and then complete your purchase. We're not going to download the browser extension or the mobile app yet because I want to show you where to find everything in your Nord account. So let's go ahead at the top left and click the Nord account icon. Okay, so now that you've purchased NordPass, we can go ahead and set everything up. So Nord account is a simplified way to log into all of your Nord products like NordPass, NordVPN, and NordLocker. You can also see all of the products that you've purchased. For me, that's NordVPN and NordPass. You can see those here. You can also see everything that you haven't purchased. So you have a dedicated IP, NordLocker, and some other options available as well. I actually plan to get a dedicated IP pretty soon because as a database administrator, I work with a ton of clients and a lot of them grant me access to their systems by whitelisting my IP address. And the dedicated IP would give me a static IP address that I could give to my clients and they could grant me access using that IP. And with NordVPN, you get a random IP address depending on which VPN server that you connect to. So if I connect to a VPN server somewhere on the East Coast in the United States, I'll get a certain IP address. If I connect somewhere else on the West Coast or a different country, I'm always going to get a different IP address. So the dedicated IP address is a service, a solution for someone like me that needs a static IP address that I can use to give to my clients so they can grant me access to their systems. But anyway, let's go ahead and click on NordPass. So you can access a lot of the additional features here that we talked about in the last sections. But for now, let's go ahead and get NordPass set up. So let's click Setup. Now let's select Download. So NordPass automatically detects what type of device that you're using. It detected that I'm using Google Chrome on my Windows laptop, so it automatically directed me to the Chrome store where I can download the NordPass browser extension. So from here, let's go ahead and select Add to Chrome, and then select Add Extension. Okay, so now we have the NordPass extension installed, and we can see that if we select the extensions icon, and there's NordPass. So let's go ahead and pin that. So now it's pinned and we can easily access it right here. Okay, so now we need to log in to NordPass. So let's go ahead and click Login. Now we need to enter our email address. So go ahead and do that. Then click Continue. And then from here, you need to enter your Nord account password. Now, if for some reason you forgot that already, what you can do is select Forgot Your Password, and then you'll basically get a one-time code sent to your email account, and you can go through the process of resetting your password. So anyway, let's go ahead and log in. Alright, now this step is extremely important. We need to set a master password for our NordPass secured vault, and you'll need this password anytime you want to access all of the passwords stored within your secured vault. So you need to use something that's very complex but easy to remember. The best way to do this is to use something called passphrases. Now this means taking a bunch of random words and placing them together in a sentence. So if we click in the text box, we can see that NordPass requires our master password to be at least 9 characters long and also contain at least one special character. So for the special character part, what I'm going to do is just wrap the passphrase in special characters. So here's an example of a passphrase that's 66 characters long, and that doesn't include the spaces. So 66 characters long, not counting the spaces. Passphrases are super powerful because you can have a password that's over 60 characters long, but it's still easy to remember because it's simply a phrase. We will also be given a recovery code here in a moment that will be required if you forget your master password and you need to reset it. Now, what I recommend doing is purchasing a seed recovery plate that's fireproof. I personally use the Trezor Crypto Tag Zeus, which is a titanium seed recovery plate. It's basically an indestructible fireproof plate that allows you to back up to 24 recovery words. So I use one of these for my cryptocurrency wallet backup and my NordPass master password. Now, you could also put your NordPass recovery code on one of these as well, and I'll put a link to this down below in the description for you, so you can head down there, click on it, and I would recommend getting this simply because whatever password you put on here, your NordPass master password, or even to back up something else like a cryptocurrency wallet, it's going to be fireproof, indestructible, and you don't have to worry about losing it. Alright, so let's go ahead and type in our passphrase, whatever you want that to be. Go ahead and type in your passphrase, click continue, and then you need to enter it one more time. So let's type in the passphrase, and then all you have to do is click confirm. Okay, so if you have used a different password manager in the past, then you can select this option here to import your passwords from a different password manager. But let's go ahead and select this option right here to add our first password, and then select continue. Okay, so this will give you examples of popular websites that most people use, and you can type any website name in here as well if it's not in the list. But for this example, let's select Amazon and then click continue. Okay, so now type in the email address and password that you use for Amazon and then click Save. Okay, so now we're logged into our secure vault on NordPass and we can see our Amazon password that we just saved. And we can store passwords for similar websites in folders. For example, let's select Add New Folder, type in Shopping, and then click Save. Now we can go back to All Items, hover over the Amazon password, select the three-dot icon, go to Move to Folder, and then click Shopping, and select Move to Folder. Okay, so now if we click on our shopping folder, there we go. We can see the Amazon password that we just moved to it. And we can add all of our shopping passwords to this folder. For example, I do a lot of shopping on Thrive Market, so if I want to add that password here, make sure you have the folder selected, and then come up to the top right, select Add Item, and then select Password. Okay, so now we need to give it a title. So I'm just going to type in Thrive Market, and then I'll go ahead and enter my login details. And next we need to grab the website URL. So over on Thrive Market, this is the login page. I'm going to come up here to the top, copy the URL, go back to NordPass, and then right here, paste in the URL. And then if we scroll down, there we go, we can see the shopping folder that's automatically selected. So all we need to do now is click Save. And there we go. We now have 2 shopping passwords saved in our shopping folder. So we could add additional folders for things like bank accounts, investment platforms, entertainment like Netflix, social media accounts, and so on. I like creating folders because it organizes all of my similar passwords together. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get the account recovery code that I mentioned earlier. So go ahead and click right here. Okay, so now we need to enter our master password. So go ahead and do that and then click continue. So again, it's really important that you do not lose this recovery code, because if you lose your recovery code and you forget your master password, then you will basically lose access to all of the passwords within your secured vault. You'll basically have to start over. I recommend writing this down and saving it somewhere safe. And to make it really secure, go ahead and purchase the Trezor Crypto Tag Recovery Seed Plate linked down below in the description of this video. That way, it's on a titanium seed recovery plate that's fireproof, and you don't have to worry about losing it. Okay, so after you've written down your recovery code and stored it somewhere safe, go ahead and click Done. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and make NordPass as secure as possible. So at the top left, click on the Settings icon, then scroll down to Security, and turn on Multi-Factor Authentication. Now go to your email account, grab the verification code that Nord just sent you, and paste it in here. So now you have 2 options to configure multi-factor authentication. The most secure way is definitely using the physical security key option here, but if you don't have one like I don't, then go ahead and select the Authenticator app option. So we'll click Setup. It doesn't matter what Authenticator app that you use, but my favorite is Authy. So on my iPhone, I'm going to open Authy, scan the QR code for NordPass. So one of the reasons why I love Authy as my multi-factor authentication app is because it's really easy to back up all your authentication codes. So if I was, to get a new iPhone when the new iPhone comes out, which, is pretty much every year or, every other year at this point, whenever the new iPhone comes out, I get a new phone, I can simply install the Authy app, log in, and all my codes are there because they're that easy to back up. So it doesn't matter what authentication app that you go with, just choose one of the best ones. Authy is my favorite. And then the last thing you need to do is back up your backup codes. So go ahead and save these somewhere. You can copy them, maybe save them in NordPass. Just save these somewhere because you'll need these. as a backup for your multi-factor authentication. Okay, now select continue. And you can also force log out on all of your devices. So if you're already logged in, let's say on your iPhone, and then you're logged in as well in Google Chrome, if you force log out, then next time you'll have to log in with your multi-factor authentication one-time time-based code using Authy or whatever authentication app that you chose. It's good practice to select log out so that it'll force you to log in with multi-factor authentication. So let's go ahead and select log out. Okay, so let's go ahead and log back into Nord account. So we need to log into Nord account. This is not your master password. This is your Nord account password. It's, sometimes difficult to remember which one you're logging into. You'll quickly figure it out if your password starts failing. So this is Nord account. Let's go ahead and log in here. Okay, here we go. It's asking us for our one-time time-based code. So let me go to Authy. Let me grab the code. And we'll go ahead and select trust. And there we go. Now we're logged back into Nord account using multi-factor authentication, which is way more secure than just using the master password. Okay, so back in Nord account, we can select our email address, account settings, multi-factor authentication, and there we go. We can see that it's now enabled. Our account is way more secure. Okay, so now let's jump back over to NordPass. You can do that two ways from right here. You can select NordPass over on services, or now that we have the browser extension installed, I can come up to the top, click on the browser extension. That will open a new tab, and from here we can log into NordPass. So click continue. Okay, so now it's time for the master password. So go ahead and enter your master password passphrase here. And then select Unlock NordPass. Okay, so let's go back to Settings and scroll down to Security. So I also recommend that you change the auto lock setting as well. So you can see here it's set to 1 week. Now this means you can be logged in for 1 week on a trusted device or browser before it auto locks and forces you to log back in. So I would recommend changing this to 5 minutes or 15 minutes to make it the most secure. So let's go ahead and select 5 minutes. Those additional security settings will make NordPass as secure as possible. And now that we have our security settings configured, we can import passwords from other password managers or tools that we've used in the past. So to do that, we can scroll down to the import and export settings and then click import items. So from here, we have a lot of options like Google Chrome, Safari, and then a bunch of other password managers down here. So for example, if we select Google Chrome, NordPass gives us a step-by-step guide that we can use to go through and export our Google Chrome passwords and then import those on NordPass. The important thing to remember here is that it's really easy for you to come in here and then export passwords from other, password managers or tools that you've used in the past, and then import those into NordPass. You don't have to go through and type all these in manually. It's really easy using the step-by-step guide to export and then import. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the NordPass homepage by clicking all items right here. And next you can go ahead and get the NordPass mobile app. So all you have to do is click this button and then use your mobile phone to scan the QR code and go ahead and download it. It's really that easy. So we can also save our credit cards right here so that, when we're shopping online, we can easily autofill our card details, and we can also save this, for making payments online as well. So this comes in handy for shopping online and making payments, not having to manually type your, credit card or debit card details in every time. You can securely use NordPass to store that information. And we can also save our contact details if we look over here on personal info and then we do add personal info. We can come in here, we can save our address, phone number, everything like that, so that when we're shopping online or filling in online forms, we can autofill our address, our name, all that type of information. NordPass makes it extremely easy to autofill things in. Okay, so before I show you how to use the NordPass browser extension, we first need to disable the Google Password Manager. Trust me, it's extremely annoying when you get prompted for NordPass and Google Password Manager at the same time when trying to sign in to a website. So let's go ahead and disable that and fix it right now. Okay, so in Google Chrome, at the top right, select the three dots, go down to Passwords and Autofill, and then select Google Password Manager. Okay, now select Settings, and this is what we want to see right here, that NordPass is controlling this setting. So make sure you see this, and what we want to disable is right here. Sign in automatically. Google Password Manager remembers how you've signed in and then attempts to sign you in. We want to turn that off. Again, we don't want NordPass and Google Password Manager competing, trying to sign us into websites. So go ahead and turn that off. Okay, so now that we have that disabled, I'll go ahead and show you how to use the NordPass browser extension. Let's head over to Amazon.com and select Sign In. Okay, so now with the NordPass browser extension signed in, you can see that it's prompting me, asking if I want to log in with NordPass. It recognizes that we have a password saved for Amazon.com, and now it wants to help us sign in by autofilling. So let's go ahead and click Login. So it's really that easy. You can see that NordPass just automatically autofilled my email address and password. I didn't have to type anything in. So let's go ahead and verify this as well. So from here, you can see that we also have the option to create a passkey. Now, a passkey is simply a unique login credential that you can use instead of a password. So to show you how this works, let's go ahead and select create. Okay, so there we go, we're logged in, and we also created the passkey by simply clicking create. If we jump back over to NordPass, there we go, we can see the new entry right here. So let's go ahead and select this. And there we go, there's the passkey that we just created. So this is a little more secure than using a password because it has end-to-end encryption between Amazon and NordPass. So if you have the option to create a passkey, I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so let me show you one other way that I like to log into websites and launch them. So let's first go to Amazon and let's sign out. All right, so let's go back to NordPass. Okay, let's hover over the new passkey, and then over here on the right, click on this button that says Launch Website. Okay, then click Sign In, log in with NordPass, and there we go. So the different thing there is I went directly to NordPass and clicked the option to launch website instead of going, out to a new tab, typing in Amazon.com, and then signing in that way. What I like to do is log in to NordPass and then launch my websites from there. Okay, so now let's go to HomeDepot.com and we'll create an account there as well. Okay, let's select create an account. We're going to create a personal account. Okay, so now if we click in the email address text box, we can see the option to create an email mask. So if we click on Get Started, it will take us back to NordPass right here. And now we're down here in one of the additional features of the premium version of NordPass Personal. We can see email masking down here. Now from here, we can create an email mask. Now what this does is it basically hides our email account from hackers when we're typing it in or entering it on a website. And I definitely recommend doing this. So let's go ahead and select Create Email Mask. Okay, so let's jump back over to Home Depot and let's get signed up. So let's click in here. Let's select the new email mask. Okay, and now we need to enter a password, and I'll show you the best way to do this using the NordPass password generator. Again, another feature that we have available to us because we purchased the premium version of the personal plan. And again, I mentioned this before, all of these features are also available on the business plan as well. Okay, we can see the password generator has already given us a password that we can use. And to change this, what we need to do is select Show Options. And now we can change different settings around right here. So the default settings are really good. I definitely recommend using a length of 20 characters or more. It makes it really difficult for an online hacker to, brute force your password if it's that long. And then, definitely leave all these options on as well. If you don't like the password for some reason, you can simply select this option here, and that will regenerate and give you a new password. Okay, so let's go ahead and select use password. And you can see that NordPass is asking us if we want to save the login details, which we definitely do. So if we select show more, we have the website name. You can change this to, homedepot.com is what it autofilled. You can just type in Home Depot, whatever you want here. It has our email mask on here as well, password, website address, and then we can enter, other things as well. What I'm going to do is select folder, and now let's place this in the shopping folder and then click save. Okay, so now for the phone option, we can actually select add personal info here because we didn't do that yet. That will take us back to NordPass, and we can type our phone number in right here so that it autofills on websites like Home Depot. All right, so the phone number's entered, and let's go ahead and create the account. And now you can see over here, NordPass recognized that we put a password in there as well, and it's asking us if we want to update the login details. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, so select update. Okay, so back on the Home Depot sign-in page, let's go ahead and sign out. Okay, then let's sign back in, sign in. Let's go ahead and use NordPass, click login. There's our email mask. Now it's going to text us a code. This is the, multi-factor, two-factor authentication for Home Depot. Let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. We just signed in to Home Depot using NordPass. So now we have Amazon.com saved and also Home Depot. And we can log into both of these websites by autofilling everything using the NordPass browser extension. Okay, so now let's go back to NordPass and let's take a look at a few additional features that you have access to with the premium plan. Okay, so first we have the two features that we just covered, password generator and email masking. Now you know exactly what both of those do. So next, let's click on password health. So password health will show us any weak passwords, reused passwords, or old passwords. This is great because it will basically scan all of your login details online, and if you have any that are suspect that you need to change that could potentially cause a security vulnerability, you can easily see those accounts and passwords here that will help you go ahead and get those changed. And we also have the data breach scanner. Now what this does is it scans the internet for data breaches that involved our personal information. Now this is great for passwords because if one of our passwords was exposed in a data breach, then we can proactively change it using NordPass. So to just quickly show you this, let's go ahead and select start scanning. Okay, so it did find some data breaches that involved my email account. Now we can select it here. Okay, so out of all of these here, the only one I actually remember using is taxbid.com. These other ones I honestly don't remember even using. Okay, so it looks like my username and password was probably leaked for this back in 2020. So, it would have been nice to have NordPass back in 2020 because I would have found this way sooner and I could have logged in and changed my password. And that's a reason to get NordPass because, especially if you've been using the same email account and password for a long time, there's probably a lot of data breaches that your email account and password have been exposed to, a lot more than you probably realize. And then you can also give emergency access to people you trust, like your spouse, if you actually trust them. Hopefully you do. You can do that here. I don't know about you, but if tomorrow I go out, I get hit by a bus, I get abducted by a UFO, anything like that, I want my wife to be able to get access to all of my important accounts. She needs that access. So the emergency access option here, if you don't have all of your other passwords saved, You walk them through a tutorial of how to use your Trezor titanium seed. You can also give emergency access, and I definitely recommend that. So anyway, that's a great use case of using the emergency access feature here. If you enjoyed this detailed tutorial and want me to create more videos like this one, then like the video, subscribe, and comment NordPass down below. Don't forget to grab exclusive access to NordPass's best offer by clicking on the first link in the description below and using promo code JOSHBURNSTECH for the personal or business plan. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.